Hello there folks, and thanks for joining me at my bench once again. This time around I'm going to tie up a fly that I just come up with myself, and I just simply call it the squirrel tail streamer. I've been tying this fly for a good many years and I've had some success on it, so tying a few more for my box here, restocking them, so I thought I'd share this one with you, and if you have these materials, definitely give a few of these a tie. So I'll get this guy a device, a fresh hook in, we'll get started. I'm using a mustad streamer hook here, a 5x long streamer hook, and I'm tying it on a size 6. I usually tie them usually on 6 and 8, but you could tie it on a larger size of 4 if you want it to as well. Okay, we'll get that locked in the vise there. Okay, alrighty, and for thread I'm using some Danville monocord 3/0 here, waxed monocord. Okay, so first thing as always, we'll start our thread base, and I'll go a little more on the hook eye length behind the eye on this one this time. Okay, and we're simply going to start our thread base down towards the bend. Keep wrapping back here, just like so. Okay, keep going back. Alright, I'm going to snip off the tag end now. Get rid of that. And I'll come back a ways farther here, not too much farther. There we go. Okay, there's no tail on this one here, as you can see in there at the start. Okay, now the body is simply some red wool yarn, and this is 4-strand yarn. What I did was just split it in two, so I only want 2 strands for this size 6. If you were tying a 4, you could use the whole 4 strands. In smaller size, I would use 1 strand. And the rib is some medium oval gold tinsel here for the rib. So I'm going to get a piece of that off here. Snip that out for the rib. Okay, what I do is attach both these at the same time. What I'll do is take the yarn and the tinsel, put them side by side. I'm going to snip the ends even here. But first, before I get ahead of myself here, I want to wrap my thread back up to where we started once again. Don't have to worry about touching wraps for this here. Just okay. Now what I like to do is hold that, so you more or less want to try to keep the yarn on top and the oval gold tinsel on the side. I'm going to catch that in here. So what I do is just hold it as like so. It's not supposed to slip out on you like that. Just bear with me folks, I'll start that again. Not everything goes smoothly when you're making a video. Okay. Alright, so we'll try that again. Okay, now just hold the yarn over towards you, and as you wrap, that generally keeps that on top, and it'll keep your oval gold tinsel on the side. Okay, that's fine. Alright, we're going to come back to where we stopped at the rear of the hook. Now we're going to wrap forward once again here. Bring that forward. Nice snug wraps. Going to trim that little bit of yarn on the top there. There we go. Come forward on that as well. Okay, so now I'm going to tie a half hitch in here. Okay. Snug that down. I'm going to bring my bobbin cradle over and rest the bobbin there. Okay. Get that tinsel and the material clip out of the way. I've got that a little too long, so I'm just going to snip that a little bit. There we go. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do now is just sort of flatten that yarn just to get that little twist out of it there before I start to wrap. Okay, so we're going to take the first turn by hand here. I usually do, just like so. Now begin to use the rotary function here. We're going to begin to wrap that up. Just take your time, touching wraps with the yarn here. Working up towards the eye where we want to tie off. Okay. If you notice you're getting little gaps in there, just back it up. Go ahead forward. Oh, slipped out of my fingers. No worries, folks. I'll just back that off a little ways where I lost tension and start over. It's no big deal. Okay. Back at it we go once again. Just make sure you keep that nice and tight. Okay, I want to tie that off on the bottom, so I'm going to remove that bobbin cradle out of the way here. Bring my thread around, catch that in nice and tight. Keep good thread tension as you go. I'm going to get some nice snug wraps on it there. Okay. I'm going to snip that off on the bottom, nice and close here. There we go. Okay, make a few more wraps there. Smooth that off. Okay, now once again I'm going to make another half hitch, folks, here. Same deal once again. Okay. Bring the bobbin cradle over once again here. Now the rib, I'm going to bring it around. I'll make that first turn once again by hand here. Then I'm just going to spiral that up towards the eye. Evenly spaced wraps as we go. Come around. Remove the cradle once again. We're going to tie off our tinsel. Keep thread tension all the way around. One snug wrap. Check it, looks good. Okay, and we're going to make 2 or 3 tight wraps there. Trim off the excess. Okay. Smooth that off again. Get a nice smooth base here. Alright. Okay, so there's our body and the rib. Looks good. Now for the throat, I simply just use some brown slop and hackle here. And what I do is just grab a decent amount off one side and pull it off, and we'll place that on the bottom for our throat. Just get them in my fingers and put them together, roll them together, just like so. And I usually want those to come back, not quite to the hook point. So bring that thread underneath, pull up, then wrap back a few wraps there. I'm going to check it, make sure it's where I want it. It's right in the center, that looks good. So I'm going to bring that up around, come in close here, snip off the excess. Okay. Just go all the way around there and get those excess fibers. Alright. So now we're going to smooth that off as well here. Come back a ways. There we go. So there's our throat, folks. Okay. Now the last step to this streamer, it's a very simple streamer, but it does catch fish. Now I have some red squirrel hair for the wing, and I've already got some in the stacker here, so I'm just going to give it a few taps to even that up. Okay. Now, you don't want an overly thick wing on this guy, but you want a decent amount here. Okay, and I like to measure it up so that it just comes back past the bend a little ways, not too far. Alright, so I'm going to try to measure that up here and judge it, and I'm going to hold it up and see where I got it. Check that, see how that puts us there. Actually, I'm going to trim a little bit more off of it. That should be fine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is turn my vise to the side here a little bit. Now, the way I like to do these hair wings, where squirrel is very slippery, as you know, what I like to try to do is tie it down in 2 separate sections. I'll come around and bring my thread through half of that squirrel, pull down, then I'll come up over the top between my fingers and catch the other section of it, like so. Then I'll wrap back on it. Okay. Alrighty, just like so. Keep it right on top. Check it, looks good. Caught the thread with my fingers there and got a couple frays there I want to cut out. There we go. It's looking okay, folks. Alright. Now what I'll do before I finish the head is I'll take a little bit of super glue. I'm going to put a few wraps on the thread there, or excuse me, a few drops of that on the thread. And what I'm going to do is hold that. I'm going to wrap back on it just a ways there. Okay, just like so. Okay, then we're going to go down, cover up the rest of those ends of the squirrel there. Come back up one last time. Check. Looks pretty good. Alrighty. That's not too bad, folks. Actually, I gotta come back just a hair more on that, so just bear with me, folks. Just a whisper more. There we go. That's more like it. Alright. So now we're ready for our whip finish. Okay. So I'll come in and give that a 5 or 6 turn whip finish here. And this guy will be finished. Not the best hit I've ever done on a streamer, but it's only a fishing fly, so I'm not too concerned about it. Okay. Here we're going to come in and trim this nice and close there. And there we have it. There's another size 6 squirrel tail streamer. Pretty simple to tie, that's for sure, as you could see as we were going. There's nothing really hard about it whatsoever. Just a few basic fly tying steps. Alright. Now I'm going to take some Solarized bone dry here. Finish up the head on this guy. Okay. Come around on him there. Just want a smooth glossy head on him. Just makes it look good on streamers and wet flies. It's not necessary, but it does look pretty good on them. Alright, one little bit drop more on the top there. It's a done deal. Okay. Give that a little spin there. Okay, just to even that out. Alrighty. Cure that up. Just like so. Doesn't take too long. Alright. That should be fine, folks. And there we have it, size 6 squirrel tail streamer. Very simple little fly to tie. And like I say, I tie them from a 6 down to, I have tied them on a 10 before. Usually 6 and 8 is what I generally tie them in. Or you could try them on a bigger size if you wish to, like a number 4. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video this time around. And if this is your first time watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more. Appreciate that. And throw in a like too as well. And any comments you have, put them down below. And once again, like I always say, happy tying out there. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, folks, so long for now.